My PSA submissions are back from Gamestop and 4 of them couldn't be graded. Let's find out why and what kind of grades I got. In February, I released a video on how to submit your cards to PSA using your local GameStop, and those submissions just came back to me. Actually, the whole process was extremely easy, quite affordable, and blazing fast. It was 36 days from submission time to when they came back and were back in my hands. So the previous PSA runs I did with a local gaming store took over 100 days and were $25 a card. These came back in 36 days and it was $18 a card, I believe, with the pro membership. So great turnaround. I didn't have any issues. Their app or the website for GameStop and the app will update you throughout the entire process. I'll flash a couple screenshots that I took during that, so you always know what's going on with your cards. I did notice some of my orders kind of didn't update as well as my first order. Again, but everything went smooth. Other than 4 cards couldn't be graded, and I did get notified of that. So I'll just get into this box, see what couldn't be graded, try and figure out why, and then figure out what grades I actually did get. So opening them up, and I had the employee at GameStop make sure that they were all not showing, because I like the element of surprise, which has also been driving me nuts because my week was insanely busy. So I've had these in my possession for 2 days and have not looked at them, and I'm going a little crazy. Okay, so 4 cards couldn't be graded. I have a suspicion on why, and yeah, so it looks like the autographed foil Mickey, I'm assuming it's all the autographed cards. Yep, the autographed Mickey, Brave Little Taylor, the autographed D23, and the signed Artful Rogue. So it says do not holder, no grade voucher, needs PSA DNA. So what I'm assuming is when you submit these cards using your GameStop, they just scan it with a tablet and it just generates, hey, it's Lorcana, hey, it's Pokemon, or it's sports. But for unique submissions like autographs, I'm betting their automated system doesn't do that. So these will have to get submit another way, not using GameStop. What's really cool though, yes, they held on to them for that entire time and rejected them, but I did get refunded immediately. And while I was there, I was able to pick up a trove of Arcasia's Island. So it worked out really well for me. But yeah, so 4 of those couldn't be graded because they are autographed, require a special submission. So if you have something similar to that, GameStop is probably not the place to submit it to PSA if that's what you're wanting to do. But now onto my stack. I've got a good amount of the PSA submission, so I'm really excited to see what I got. And honestly, I don't remember because now I've submit 4 different orders through GameStop, so we'll see. Before I jump into it, why I grade, I like having some of my favorite prized possessions in a protective slab. I do have some in top loaders in a top loader binder. I just really like the slabs for the safekeeping, storage, and just upping the value of my collection. I have no intention of flipping these, selling these. They're all strictly for my collection. So while I open these, I will flash up the raw card price, and if a PSA 10, the value of that using 130 point. Shout out Lorcana Goons for turning me onto that site. I'll also kind of look at like eBay and price charting, just kind of give you a general idea of how much it increases the value. Pretty much anything that's not a 10, you're going to be looking at the raw cost. So you're paying nearly $20 to grade a card. If it comes back a 9, you just kind of burn 20 bucks. It doesn't improve the value, other than if you're keeping it for yourself, which I'm doing. I don't mind. It's a sturdy slab, so I'm fine with it. Anyways, onto the cards. My goodness, just chatter. So I'll cover the grade. Oh man. So each one has a story, and that's why I love doing this. This is the Ursula Enchanted I pulled in Anaheim at the North American Championships. Super excited. It was the one that said Storyborn, and I believe Ursula is supposed to be Dreamborn. So technically it's an error card. It got a 9. All right, so I did submit 6 Pokemon cards for my little guy, and only 2 of them were 10s, so that's pretty rough. Not sure why it got a 9. I mean, if we examine it, I see chip in the corner and the centering's pretty off, so that makes sense. But again, it's protected. It's part of my story, my Lorcana journey. All right, and the next one, oh, the Ursula Set Champ prize. I didn't win this one and had to trade a lot for it. I can already see a little chip in the corner. I remember the promo prizes weren't the greatest shape. Another 9. Ursula is cursed with 9s. All right, so not off to a great start. Okay, Japanese Tinkerbell. I really want a 10 on this card. I opened this out of just one of the little booster boxes and absolutely lost my mind. Please, 10, baby. Okay. So we got our first 10, and of course, it is the beautiful Tinkerbell Enchanted. She's in great shape. Print quality of those cards was incredible. So 110, not bad. The Baymax promo. I voted this one the best out of my bundle. Hopefully I was correct. And 10. That's awesome. Okay. So we're 50-50 right now with 10s and 9s. I have a feeling those promos are going to skyrocket, especially if they're not available in upcoming DLCs. So this is the Mirabelle. Well, I actually won a Mirabelle plane, so that was special to me. I don't know that this is the one I won. I picked the best out of the 4. And again, those promo cards, not super perfect. 9. I kind of expected the 9. So 3 9s, 2 10s. Oh, Robin Hood Sharpshooter. I got this one. I actually pulled it after I bought one, so it was comical to me. I did pick the better of the 2. Did it work in my favor? 9. It did not. But I don't know. Now I've got a second one. I could always send that one in or trade it off. Dragonfire promo. I actually earned 4 of these, I want to say now, by playing at the Seattle DLC and the North American Championship. Again, this was the best out of them. It is a promo, so who knows where my luck's at. 9 again. Wow, the 9s are heavily outranking the 10s. Hopefully this Cusco's a 10 to send us back into the winning column here. Again, this was from the North American Championship. I walked away with like 5 or 6 of these just from all the side events. Hopefully 10. Whew, okay, so sitting good. I guess when I have 5 cards to choose from and I pick the best one, my odds are probably a little better. Oh, the Rapunzel from the prize wall at Seattle. Really kicking myself for not getting more of these when I had my whole royal tantrum when the hats were gone, because these values have shot through the roof and I don't know that they're going to be available ever again. They did announce that they'll be available in the Japanese tournaments that they're hosting, but hopefully I got a 10. 10 Rapunzel. Oh my goodness, that makes me happy because this one is one I actually earned. It's really cool to have a 10 in that. So far, all the side event ones from the set champs, or not set champs, but the DLCs have turned out to be winners. The Ursula D23, I don't know, I just loved the card, and the D23 card quality I thought was amazing. So hopefully 10 again. Yeah, the D23s, those cards were such great quality. All right, 3 cards left. The 10 pile is now as big as the 9s. This one makes me nervous. I took this in a trade in Anaheim. I don't remember it being a perfect card, but Belle was a chase for a long time. Maybe she'll end up like my Elsa, the 9 that haunts me, or let's see if I got lucky. 9 again. Still not bad. I own it. It's part of the collection. I guess if I had to ridicule it, it's going to be the centering for this one. The corners look great though, so that's a tough 9. But I have it. It's in the collection. So the 9s are winning again. Hopefully the luck turns are... Oh, I don't think this one's a 10. I sent it in just because the grading is so random with these things. Like in my very first PSA video, my Elsa got a 9. And I was hoping she should have been a 10. And then of course my Surfer Stitch looked like garbage. It was an 8 and it ended up pulling to 10. So I thought maybe this guy checking these out is going to feel bad for some of the 9. I don't know. Let's see. Mufasa Enchanted. 8. Oh, I knew this one was bad. I didn't think it was that bad. Holy cow. An 8. I actually don't know why. I mean, the centering kind of stinks, but that's wild. So he's an 8. I've only gotten one other 8, and it was a Madam Mim. Looks like the 9s prevailed. And the Cindy. Let's see if we can't finish off strong with a 10. Because all of my prize wall side event ones have been 10s. Hopefully Cindy can finish it off to make up for the Mufasa. 10, thank goodness. Okay, so quick recap. Cinderella got a 10. The Ursula D23 is a 10. Rapunzel gifted with healing is a 10. The Cuzco side event 10. The Baymax side event 10. And the Tinkerbell Japanese Enchanted. And I'm so curious, you can look up the population of these cards, like see how many people in the world have a PSA 10 in Japanese. I'm betting there's not a ton, so I'm very curious. And for the not so fortunate ones, that Mufasa and an 8 kind of stinks, but I mean, that's the game you play when you send these in to get submit. And if I would be devastated if I was doing this for the money and trying to flip them, but these are all for my collection, so I don't really care that it's an 8. It's a beautiful card. I'm happy I own it. Oh, I see it now. There's a little white chip in the top corner, and then on the back there was some little white chipping too. So it was one of those. I probably shouldn't have sent it in, but I don't know. It was the Hail Mary, curious if it would pull anything. A Belle and a 9. I almost have an entire graded first chapter Enchanted set. So that alone is like, that's an accomplishment for the collection. The Dragonfire, that one kind of surprised me because I had like 4 of those to choose from. But again, a 9. The Robin Hood ended up being the 9. The Mirabelle, didn't think she would do great just because of those set champ card quality. I know the Stitches were a nightmare to try and get a 10. A lot of them were 8s and 9s. But again, this is the only set champ promo card I've won, so now it's part of the collection. The Ursula Sea Witch Queen, just an awesome card that I wanted to keep. And of course, the Enchanted I pulled in Anaheim. So super cool to have these graded. I'll flash up a photo during Black Friday. I scooped up some really cool PSA slab cases, briefcase. I don't know. They make me feel like a spy in an action film carrying them around. But I'll show you what I store those in. And then maybe I'll do a follow-up video on how to, if I could even grab them, how to actually get some of the signed ones graded, what the process is. I know the local gaming stores, they actually fill out all the PSA stuff for you and find the proper category. And like I said, I'm guessing GameStop just scans them, figures out whether it's Pokemon, Lorcana, or a sports card, and just sends them off that way. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing my results. If you followed along and sent cards to PSA, let me know down below what you got, if you did, if you grade, if you don't, and why. I'm always curious and enjoy engaging with all of you. Upcoming next, I've got a booster box of Ursula's Return that I scored for only $75. I'm going to find out if it was worth it. There's not a whole lot of hits in the set, so I'm curious if I can't pull any. And also, a good friend of mine has donated a case of Azurite C so that I can officially break the curse. So I will be opening Azurite packs until I pull an Enchanted in an upcoming video. So shout out to my buddy Jay. Hopefully we don't get a dud case, because that would make sense for the luck that I've had, but I'm looking forward to breaking that curse and so many more videos in the works. So make sure to smash that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything that's going on, and I'll catch you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your everything.